Welcome to Everything Currency. Now, in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about what's going on these crypto charts. I want to talk to you guys about how we are seemingly the only channel on YouTube that was talking about a dip to a potential below 50K level and why that was good. That was good for the overall price action. So if you're wondering how to navigate this crypto market, if you're wondering how to get your maximum gain out of crypto, then subscribe to the channel, because that's what we're going to be doing on this channel. So let's just get right into it. So first things first, this is the Bitcoin chart on the daily right here. Now, the 13 moving average is something that we are watching on the weekly. We like to watch the 13-week moving average, but it also shows some pretty good signs right here on the daily where we're getting above it, but we're barely starting in this new candle for the day, and we actually closed below it. So I'm assuming that we're going to be coming lower. The lower levels that I want to see us hold are first this 58K level, and then the next level would be this 56K level. But we can dip all the way down here to this white line, which would be anywhere around 52 to 52K, and that's the levels that we're holding right now on the daily. But more importantly, it's these weekly charts right here. Now, this is a chart that I've been talking to you guys about. If you follow the channel, if you don't follow the channel, like I said, go ahead and subscribe so you can be up to date with this info. This is a chart that we've been following for the longest time, and we want to hold this 13 moving average because that is the level that's going to launch us up into new all-time highs for Bitcoin. But right now we're a little bit below it. We're kind of fighting with it back and forth, and we're kind of holding these levels in between here. And the first level that we put on this chart was this 56K level on the daily chart. That was the bottom close for the daily. And then we had this 48K level right here where we got right above it. We're about $1,000 off, but still we were way up here when we put that on this chart, and that level actually came down and bounced on it to a pretty nice point right there. Now I want to see us get back above 64K fast. We need to get back above 64K fast in like the next 6 days for us to be extremely bullish. But I don't think that's going to happen, and let me tell you why. But I'm going to also tell you about why I think it'll be bullish for that not to happen. So this is the Bitcoin monthly chart right here, and on the monthly chart we have that 13 moving average. We bounced right on it, which is around the 50K level. Now that is very bullish for the monthly chart. There's still 19 days left in this chart, but that's very bullish for us to come down and tap that level and then continue up. Now overall, you might hear some people saying the bull run is over, the market is dead, blah 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 blah. No, it's not. We're barely above the previous all-time highs from the 2021 cycle, and I will bet my bottom dollar that we're not gonna just go a little bit above it and then close out. The predictions could be super high, they could be lower, but that's where I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and my mouth is on this not being the top of this level. But this will be a level that we're fighting with pretty hard. Now if I extend this out, actually I already have this chart made, so let me go to it. We have this chart right here. When I turn this to the daily, what you might notice in this chart is there is this triangle pattern, this like diamond pattern right here, and this pattern is actually a very bullish pattern. And if this plays out, that means Bitcoin would come up, maybe hit 68K, then maybe come down and hit like 54 and just kind of squeeze in here before it kind of launched, and it would actually recover down to the bottom of this trend line, this white trend line, which is just this support level that we've been bouncing on since December 2022. It might come down and roll up that trend line. My bad. Roll up that trend line, come up, retest it, and then head up to the top of this, which is literally like almost 100K Bitcoin. And that would be the extremely bullish scenario. Now the bearish scenario would be, you know, it comes back down and then we hit this 40K level. So we could circle both of those that was not on purpose. As a matter of fact, let me take that off before I get demonetized right there. All we needed was one more little, you know, over there. And yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Anyways, so with Bitcoin, that's what we're seeing. I'm thinking more sideways action for a little bit, and then we continue up. Now, I've been talking about sideways action, like I said, since the last video, since we first got below the 13 moving average on the monthly. I'm saying, hey, we're going to be going sideways. Now, side note, meme coins are popping off every day, and also people are losing millions of dollars every day on meme coins. So don't let that get you distracted with what's really going on in the crypto market right here. This is the real liquidity of the market right here. It's in Bitcoin. It's in the total 2. There's a lot of money in meme coins, but a lot of it is inflated, and there's a lot of insiders and other people like that getting majority of those wins. So, you know, there are people who put $15 and get 15 million, but that's like a lotto ticket. And this these charts are, you know, long term, harder term. You got to hodl, you got to sit through the dips down to $1.50 in order to get to the dips up, to the pumps up to 100. Now the next thing I wanted to show was this right here. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart, which I put this 58K level and this 50% level in this chart a long time ago when we were like somewhere down here. And at the time I thought we're never going to get back up to over 50% Bitcoin dominance on the charts, but I was wrong, and it looks like we still want to continue higher and go into maybe even the 72% levels right here for Bitcoin. Now overall, like I'm saying, anybody holding altcoins in the long term, right now it sucks. In the next couple of weeks it could suck because a lot of the liquidity is in Bitcoin. But when the liquidity comes out of Bitcoin, this is where we see, you know, those quick 1000x's in some of those altcoins. So make sure you're in the right altcoins around these times, around hitting this 58% average and then hitting this. I don't think we're gonna get there, but I didn't think we were gonna get to 50% either. So if we start heading toward that direction, that may be the interesting thing. Now, if you're holding a lot more capital in crypto, then maybe switching over to Bitcoin when this is trending up is actually the smartest idea. And then when it starts to dip down, then you can roll it over into the total 2 for that. So for me, I'm looking at some of these coins and I'm saying, hey, a lot of them are beat up really, really bad right now. Do I think these tokens are still good? Did the technology change? Is the team still working? Like, for example, I'll bring up the Luxo chart. Look at this, right? You have this down ever since January. It's been down all year, like no breaks. It sucks over there. The community's in shambles. It's bad, right? But the team is still building. So if I bought somewhere over here, then I would at least wait to a recovery back to $5 before I offload any tokens. If I'm just done with it, if I'm just over it already and I don't even want to carry it ever again, then I'll still wait to offload it, because it's closer to the bottom right now than it is closer to the top, and I don't want to sell tokens at the bottom. But the reason why I say that about this coin is because I can see that there's new innovations coming, there's things that are still being built, and I can see that liquidity is still flowing into Bitcoin right now. So when liquidity starts flowing into altcoins, I'm gonna have a better, you know, cash evaluation than I would have if I dumped at $1.50, right? And usually what happens during that time, it starts heading up. By the time it gets to $5, you're bullish again, and things are looking up and they're looking ready to go. So with that being said, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. Things can go down really, really fast. Like I said, if that Bitcoin triangle that I mentioned in the beginning of this video doesn't hold up, then the price could head down to those 40K levels in just a few candles. But if it does hold up, then the price can go to those 90K levels in just a few candles. And why we want to see that happen for Bitcoin is because it's provocative. It gets the people going. So y'all think positive, and positive things will happen. RIP to crypto roots, and remember, never finish a negative statement about currency. Till next time, peace.